leadership council and gave us real decision-making responsibility. When there was a problem, he would tell us, "I need you to handle this." And when we had a suggestion, he listened to us. The more responsibility he gave us, the better the team responded. He didn't demand any less. He demanded the same amount of commitment, focus, the same amount of work. But for the first time, there was a feeling that he really cared about us. As a player, when you know that a coach cares about you, you are willing to go above and beyond for him. From a cold and distant figure, he became the man none of us wanted to disappoint. We learned that there was a purpose behind his system. He didn't enforce the rules because he wanted to catch people and punish them, but rather to make sure that everyone was committed to the same purpose. At first, we were accountable to the rules, but gradually we became accountable to one another. If my teammate could make the commitment to be at work 5 minutes early, why couldn't I? Eventually, we began to draw pride from getting it done Tom Coughlin's way. He's not a physically demanding coach. Physically, he was the easiest coach I ever played for. But mentally, I've known few people like him. Once we learned to stop fighting his system and instead mentally adjusted to it, the little things stopped bothering us. They became habits. What difference did it make if you did it Tom's way rather than the old way? What difference did it make if you got to a meeting 5 minutes earlier? That allowed us to focus our attention on our opponents. We became a team that knew how to have fun, but also one that understood that when it was time to work, it was definitely time to work. Eventually, we developed a unity of purpose, a common commitment to success that took us directly to the Super Bowl. We never went into a game feeling unprepared. Winning was not all about lifting the most weights or being faster. The way to win was to be mentally prepared to handle the grind, to handle any challenge. Tom Coughlin challenged us from the day he got to New York and prepared us to handle anything that was thrown at us. He'll never talk about himself this way, which is why I'm writing this. He believes everything that he's done has been accomplished as part of a team. That team mentality is an essential part of the way he coaches. We were all part of something much bigger than any one of us. We were a family, and if anybody in our family needed help, the rest of us were right there to provide it, knowing that people would be there for us. If someone got hurt, someone else would step in, but all of us helped that substitute player until he got comfortable. To me, that's the perfect model for an organization. Toward the end of my playing career, I would sometimes find myself listening to a younger player complaining about something. "Let me explain something to you," I'd respond. "You got it easy. We had to break him down. We got the hard Coughlin." What we learned was that there was a reason for everything he did, that through his experience and the strength of his personality, he had created a system that encouraged every player to perform to the best of his ability and to become a winning team. The most difficult thing for us had been to recognize that and then accept it. And what I eventually discovered was that the lessons I learned from him weren't limited to football, that they were applicable to every aspect of my life. I still draw on them today, and they have made a great difference for me. I remember being in the locker room after we'd won the Super Bowl, looking around at my teammates and feeling such incredible emotion, knowing what we had been through together. I told them, "I didn't win the Super Bowl. You didn't win the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl as a team." Tom and I didn't say too much to each other in that locker room. We didn't have to. Both of us knew where we'd started and how far we'd come. When I look back on our relationship now, I tell people proudly that I love the man. I love him. And if I could, I would play for him any day. And together, we would win. Michael Strahan.
Introduction. Prepare to win. The preparation is where success is truly found. It was the journey I prized above all else. John Wooden. Hi, this is Tom Coughlin. My father, John Lewis Coughlin, was not a man who expressed his emotions. He was a tough, proud Irishman. We lived in the small upstate New York town of Waterloo. We always had enough to eat, the clothes we needed, and a house filled with love. His values weren't complicated. Work hard, give your best effort, respect other people, and always be honest and fair. My father was a corporal in the United States Army, and upon being discharged, worked at the Seneca Ordnance Depot for the